Hello, hello, good evening. Back with more of the Ministry of Justice route in just a short minute. You know how we do here. We put out the word on the socials and wait out the ad break. So we will start in just about 5 minutes. Talk to you soon. And there's the ad break. See you in 3 minutes. And we are back. Thank you for waiting. All right, back to the Ministry of Justice route. Let's see what the game has for me today.
月次郎君がどうして朝の6時にこんなところへ来たのか。
Did you find the
答
answer?
えは見つかったかい？
Why Sukichiro came here at 6 in the morning?
普段くくり家の兄弟は密造タバコを目当てにここに出入りしていたみたいですけど。
Does The Kukuri siblings seem to come here for the tobacco.
よりによって遺産問題で揉めている最中、しかも朝6時にここに来る理由はありませんよね。
He has no reason to come here when they're all fighting about the will and so early.
草が突然欲しくなる気持ちはわからないでもないけどね。
Not that I don't get the sudden urge for some grass.
それにしたって不可解なのは温室を出たところが記録されていないという点だ。
But even then, the lack of record of him leaving the greenhouse is troubling.
銃声は間違いなく屋敷の中から聞こえているので、
And the gunshot was unmistakably from the manor, so...
月次郎さんは朝7時までに温室を出て屋敷に戻ったはずです。
Tsukihiro must have gotten back to the manor by 7.
誰かに連れ出されたのか、それとも自分の意思で出たのか。
Alex, welcome on in, buddy. Hope you're having a good day, hope you're having a good night. Thanks for coming by.
「いずれにしても監視カメラに映らずにどうにかして温室を出た。
Either way, he left the greenhouse somehow without being seen by the camera.
一体どうやって？
But how? Oh no, I'm so sorry. I hope, I hope it's not hurting too badly, my friend.
わかりません。
I don't know.
犬神さん、もう少しだけ温室の周りを調べてみてもいいですか？
Would it be okay if I look around the greenhouse a bit longer?
もしかしたら何か手がかりが見つかるかもしれません。
I may find some other clue there. Kinda? You mean it kinda does hurt too much, or it doesn't kinda hurt not too much? Oh no! Oh my god, I'm so sorry. That... Truly I am, my friend. I've had back pain, it's not fun.
もちろん
Of course.
時間に間に合いさえすればあとは君の自由さ。
As long as you're not late, you're free to do as you wish.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
それじゃ早速。
Wait, what? Okay. We are okay. Shit. Am I live? Am I still live? Can you see and hear me? Alright, that is so weird. Alright. That was weird. Alright, well, because like I had the stream manager up, I saw it when it went down. Alright. Alright, we're gonna try to go on. Hopefully nothing fucked will happen. I'm doing okay. It's the start of the heat wave here in the Northeast, so... You know, I was mostly keeping cool.
さっきまで調査していた温室の壁だ。ちょうどここは入り口の正反対になる。
Yeah, it's gonna be even hotter tomorrow and Friday, so... You know, it is what it is. You know, we're in good position here to manage it, but, ugh. Wall of the greenhouse we were investigating. It's exactly opposite the entrance. There's a cluster of bamboo growing here separating the manor from the greenhouse. Yeah, no, I understand that. Definitely take it easy. Alright, so We checked that. We checked the bamboo.
あまり人が立ち入らない場所のせいか、地面にはたくさんの雑草が伸びている。
Maybe since it's not usually traveled, but the ground has no shortage of weeds. Why does my cursor always reset? What's this?
この垣根にも特に異常は。
Nothing at the hedge.
垣根の枝に糸のようなものが引っかかっています。
Wait, there looks to be a string caught on a hedge branch. I did some more shopping. Oh, nice. Groceries?
なんだろう。
What is it?
この糸の色、見たことがある。
I've seen this color string before. Ah, okay, yeah, I did some grocery shopping too. Alright.
よく見ると色が違う。これじゃないみたいだ。
Huh? At second glance, the color is wrong. This isn't it. Wait, really?
この垣根にも、
なん
この糸の、もしかして。
Could it be? Alright.
この垣根にも特に、垣根の枝に糸のようなも
なんだろう。
この、もしかして。
Oh, damn it. Come on.
この垣根にも、垣根の枝、
なんだろう。
この糸の色、見たことがある。
Come on. Don't I have... Yeah, mine is August 2nd. Alright, no, I don't have anything that matches it at this time. No, end. Alright, why does the cursor keep resetting?
この辺に異常はないような。
There doesn't appear to be anything out of the norm around here.
くくり家の屋敷が見える。あれはどのあたりになるんだろう。
The Kukurian manor is visible from here. Where would that be? Right. Yeah, you can't make that. Will you make her something else?
屋敷
Alright, I gotta start snapping my fingers somewhere.
ここをまっすぐ進むと屋敷に行き着きますね。
You could get right to the manor heading straight... Ugh. You could get right to the manor heading straight from here... You could get right to the manor heading straight from here, though.
ここは屋敷のどのあたりだろう。
Ah, the 24th. Nice. Where are we relative to the manor?
あの窓はもしかして。
Would that window be... Let's see. The library window.
中途半端に開いたままの窓。あれは図書室の窓ですよね。
That slightly open window. That one in the library, right?
そのようだね。
It would appear so.
見てください。窓の下に靴が脱ぎ捨てられています。
Look, there are shoes under the window.
部屋の中から外を眺めた時には気づきませんでしたけど。
I didn't notice when looking from the inside, but
あの靴は確か月次郎くんが履いていたものだ。
those
間
are
違いない。
those are definitely Tsukijiro's shoes.
どうしてこんなところに月次郎さんの靴が。
Why would his shoes be in a place like this? Alright, the piece of evidence, library window outer, has been added to the case record. Okay, so that's half of that. What? Yeah, but he's wearing his shoe. No, he's actually not. Those are his socks. Why would his socks be taken off there? No. Alright, let's... Okay, so that doesn't look like that. Then what evidence is supposed to go there? Yeah, Seizo is the latest murder victim. Why won't the fucking... Why won't the chat log come up? Oh man, my controller is fucked. Alright, hold on. Controls. Oh, can I see keyboard controls? Come on. Okay, F1 to display backlog, okay. Wow. Okay. This is not letting me do this. Yeah, you missed a lot. But yeah, no, the fat brother has been killed. It looks like the maid did it again, but I don't think she did it again. Oh, come on. Alright, fuck. Come on. Yeah, you missed a lot. Alright, this is the last time this is probably gonna be a failed snap, but... Yeah, there's nothing here. Damn it. Ugh, my hangover is returning. Don't mind me. Keep on investigating. Oh, now... Oh my god, alright. I think my controller is dying. Alright, what else is there to snap? Alright, here. Or am I gonna formally notice the sneakers here? Oh, come on! Really?
なんだろう。
Is this game glitching on me because this... The only red string... Is Tsukijiro? Oh man, I can't remember. Alright, so, okay, Seizo... Alright, Tsukijiro, he was shot in the head. in the library. The morning after the pool was opened, the second son of the Kukuri family, Tsukijiro, was found dead. Just after 7 a.m. Alright, so we did find evidence that he went to the greenhouse an hour before. Oh yeah, we learned that the grass that Inugami is so obsessed with is it's tobacco and not really marijuana. Yeah, it's cold, but he wasn't a good person either. Out of all the camera footage, out of all the... And like, I'm annoyed here because... Yeah, no, secondhand smoke is just awful. Maybe there's some hidden exit around here. It doesn't seem so. Ugh. Come on. I'm gonna game over at this rate. Okay. Alright, there's nothing else here, so what the fuck? Yeah, there's no... There's... I kinda cringed. I thought it was, like, weed or something. Alright. I wonder if this has anything to do with that. Got it, okay. This is it!
Inugami-san, 見てください。これって月次郎さんの服と同じ色の繊維じゃありませんか?
Look, isn't this the same color as Tsukijiro's clothes?
確かにそうみたいだね。
It would seem so. Yeah, that's fine. If you need to turn in, that's fine. You know, the VODs will be up on YouTube eventually.
月次郎さんの着ていた服の裾が鍵崎状に裂けていました。
The hem of his clothing was all torn up.
もしかしたらここに引っ掛けて裂けてしまったんじゃないですか?
Could it be that maybe it was caught on this and got torn?
そうとしか考えられないけど。
Don't tell secrets in cornfields. Too many ears around. I get it, I get it.
しかしここは温室の裏側。それも壁面と垣根に挟まれたすごく狭いスペースだよ。
However, the space between the hedge and greenhouse wall is terribly narrow.
どうしてそんなところを月次郎くんが歩いていたんだろう。
Why would he be walking around in a place like this?
もしかして月次郎さんはこの辺から温室を出入りしていたとは考えられませんか?
Maybe he left the greenhouse from around here?
どういう意味だい?
What do you mean?
裏口ですよ。もしくは秘密の出入り口。
A back door. Maybe there is a secret entrance.
きっとこの辺りに隠されたドアが。
There must be a hidden door around here.
なかなか面白い発想だけど。
That's quite the interesting theory.
目を凝らしてみてもそれらしい出入り口は見当たらないな。
But no matter how hard we look, there isn't anything that could be a door.
そんな。
But
ここに裏口があれば 監視カメラに映らずに外に出ることが可能なはず。
If there was a back door here, you could leave without showing up on the camera.
この糸くずの存在が秘密の出入り口の存在を示しているはずなのに。
This drink says that there's an exit somewhere. The piece of evidence thread caught in the hedge has been added to the case record. Alright, we made it.
おや、そうこうしているうちに約束の時間が来たようだ。
Oh, would you look at that? It's time.
え、もう
Huh? Already?
月次郎君を殺害した犯人は分かったかい？
Do you know who murdered Tsukijiro?
いえ、まだ。
No, not yet.
ま、遺産相続会議はあくまで遺産の相続について話し合いをするための場だ。
Well, the meeting is just for talking about the inheritance.
必ずしも犯人を見つけて糾弾する場ではない。
It's not necessarily about finding the perpetrator.
けれど陽一君たちはそのつもりではないだろうね。
Yoichi and the others may not be intending that, though.
果たして彼らの追及をかわして真実を突きつけることができるかな？
Can you evade their pursuit and reach the truth?
名探偵のお手並み拝見と行こう。
Let us see the great detective in action.
はい。
Yes. Alright, we made it through that.
いよいよ
Barely.
2回目の遺産相続会議が始まる。
The second inheritance meeting is about to
一
begin.
体どんな会議になるか私には想像もつかない。
Even I have no idea how it will turn
けれ
out,
どこれだけは言える。
but I can say this.
これ以上ややこしいことに巻き込まれるのはごめんだ。
I have no desire to get caught up in anything else,
そのためにも正しい答えを示す必要がある。
so the correct answers must reveal
果たし
themselves.
て私にできるだろうか。
But am I really up to the task? Inheritance meeting day 2.
So それでは第2回くくり家遺産相続会議を始めたいと思います。
Then the second Kukuri family inheritance meeting will begin. Oh, nice. You got it on the last try. Hell yeah. Keep on keeping on, Alex.
司会はこの私、法務省から来ました法の代理人、犬神キシルが務めさせていただきます。
I, Kirishu Inugami of the Ministry of Justice, shall act as the meeting's moderator.
私はあくまで公正な立場ですので、むやみな口出しはせず、真実にのみ耳を貸します。
I am impartial in this matter and will only lend my ear to the truth.
会議が終わり次第、私が総合的な判断を下しますので、誠心誠意議論を尽くしてください。
When the meeting adjourns, I will make a final decision, so I encourage cordial debate. Wow, okay.
それでは早速ですが、
Let us begin.
議題はたった一つだ。
There is but one topic at hand.
この中にくくり家の遺産相続にふさわしくない人物が紛れ込んでいる。
There is someone among us unworthy of the Kukuri family inheritance.
それは水野より貴様だ。
Yori Mizuno, it's you.
彼女が遺産相続にふさわしくない。
And how is she not? And how is she not worthy of that inheritance?
水野が月次郎を殺害したからだ。
She murdered Tsukijiro.
水野は遺産の取り分を少しでも増やすために月次郎を銃で撃ち殺したんだ。
She murdered him to bump up her portion of the inheritance.
つまりこいつは異教徒だ。水野よりを今すぐ追放しろ。
Thus making her a heretic. Banish her.
私は何もしていません。
I haven't done anything.
このままだとまた水野さんが犯人にされてしまう。
At this rate, Mizuno will be made the culprit.
彼女は犯人じゃない。それを示す証拠がいくつかあったはずだ。
She didn't do it. There's multiple pieces of evidence to back that up.
事件が起きた時、彼女自身の状況や近くにいた人から聞いた情報、
During the crime, her situation and the situations of the people nearby,
それらを組み合わせて水野さんには月次郎を殺害できないことを証明してみせる。
put it together and prove that Mizuno couldn't have killed Tsukijiro. Alright. What was Mizuno doing at the time of the
あの銃声が
incident?
聞こえた時、水野さんは何をしていたっけ？
Well, when the gunshot sounded, what was Mizuno doing? This one, we need her alibi.
これだ。水野さんは庭の池にいたんだ。図書室にいる月次郎を撃つことはできない。
She was at the pond in the garden. She couldn't shoot Tsukijiro. Alright. Rude. Now, what is the testimony of someone who was nearby at the time of the incident?
待てよ。
Wait.
水野さん本人の証言だけでは嘘をついていると否定されるだけだ。
With her testimony alone, it's just going to be denied as a lie.
このピースを補強する証拠が他にあるんじゃないか。
There should be other testimonies that back this piece up.
事件現場の近くにいた誰かが気になることを言っていたはず。
Somebody near the crime said something curious. Alright, let's see. But the day before his death, Q must. Nope, not that. Miyabi's alibi, I believe. Bingo. 2 for 2.
これだ。図書室に行くためには白鳥の部屋の前を通らなくてはいけないが、
In order to get to the library, they must pass Shiratori's room, but
誰も通らなかったと白鳥自身が証言している。水野さんは図書室には行っていない。
I have Shiratori's testimony that no one passed. Mizuno didn't go to the library.
わかった。これらの証言から導き出せた結論はこれだ。
Got it. These testimonies, the conclusion that we can draw is this. Deduction complete. That was easy.
水野さんは銃声が鳴った時、庭で池の鯉に餌を与えていました。
When the
水野
gun
さんに犯行は不可能です。
when the gunshot went off, she was feeding the koi. It couldn't have been her.
それは本人が言っているだけで嘘かもしれないだろう。
She's the only one saying that. She could be lying.
いや、嘘に決まってる。
Strike that. She's undoubtedly lying.
いいえ、嘘ではありません。
No, it's not a lie.
なぜなら6時頃、白鳥さんがすでに目を覚まし、ルーティンを行っていました。
At 6 a.m., Dr. Shiratori was already awake going through his routine.
もし白鳥さんの部屋の前を誰かが通れば、床がきしむので分かったはずです。
If someone passed in his room, he would have heard the floor creaking.
その廊下を通らなければ、図書室には誰も行けません。
It's not possible to reach the library without going down that hall.
そして白鳥さんは、誰も通らなかったと証言しています。
And I have his testimony that no one went down it.
何？それは本当か？
What? Is that true?
ええ、確かに言いましたね。
Yes, I did say that.
答えはこれです。つまり、水野さんのアリバイは真実であり、彼女は犯行現場には行っていないと言えます。
So, Miss Mizuno's alibi is true, and she couldn't have been at the scene of the crime.
それはあくまで廊下を通ってはいないという証明に過ぎないだろう。
Well, that's only proof that she didn't go down the hall.
しかし僕は確かに見たぞ。殺人現場は密室などではなく窓が開いていた。
But I saw it. The crime scene wasn't a sealed room. The window was open.
水野がもともと外にいたというのなら、庭から屋敷の裏に回り込んで窓から射撃したんだろう。
If you say she was outside, then she went around the back and shot from the window.
違うか、水野。
Isn't that right, Mizuno?
外から被害者を撃った。
Fired from outside?
今まで考えてもみなかった。確かにそれなら屋敷の外にいても犯行が可能だ。
Oh no, I'm sorry, Alex. I'm sorry you had a headache. I hadn't even thought of that. It's true. That could be done from outside too.
いや、外から被害者を撃った場合、現場はどんな状態になる？
Wait, if the shot was fired from outside, then the scene would be different.
明らかにあの事実と矛盾する。それを示しているピースは。
This is obviously inconsistent with that truth. The piece proving it is... Oh no, I'm sorry. Alright, I want to say, based on all this... Oh man, this is tough. The body's in the next room. It would have been fired from her room. Alright, so my first guess is gonna be the corpse itself. The next will be the Derringer. You know what? We'll go with the Derringer first.
これじゃない。
No, that's
月
not
次
it.
郎の死体はどんな状態だった？
Okay. I knew it. Alright, I should have gone with the corpse first.
ここで重要なのは
What's important here is the body's orientation.
これだ。
Bingo.
そうだ。重要なのは死体がどう倒れたかなんだ。
That's it. What's important is the direction his body fell in.
Tsukijiro さんの死体は右目を撃たれていました。
Tsukijiro was shot in the right eye.
弾丸は貫通していないので正面から撃たれたと断定していいでしょう。
The bullet didn't pierce through, so we can say he had to be shot from the front.
では、もし射撃が行われたとき、被害者が窓を正面に向いていたとしたら、
If the victim was facing the window at the time of the gunshot, then
仰向けに倒れる際に頭は窓の方ではなく室内側に向く形になるはずです。
he would have fallen face up toward the wall outside the window, opposite the window.
ところが発見された死体は窓の方に頭を向けていました。
But when he was found, his head was pointed toward the window.
答えはこれです。つまり月次郎さんは窓から撃たれたのではないんです。
So he couldn't have been shot from the window.
我が社の名誉にかけて発言を認めていただきたい。
I would like to speak.
認めましょ
Go ahead.
ちょっと気になったのだがね。
There was something I was wondering about.
部屋の前を誰かが通ればわかると白鳥先生は証言したそうだが。
Dr. Shiratori stated that he could tell if someone passed in front of his room, but...
ええ、間違いなくわかりますよ。足音がしますからね。
I absolutely would. I would hear the footsteps.
その証言はおかしいと小生は考えるのだが。
That statement feels off.
う。ほう、それはなぜです？
Oh? And why is that?
この証言が正しいのであれば、被害者である月次郎君はどうやって図書室に行ったのかね。
If that is true, then how did the victim, Tsukijiro, enter the library?
白鳥先生は誰も廊下を通っていないと言っている。
Dr. Shiratori said no one passed down the hall.
しかし現実には月次郎君は図書室で死んでいた。
But the truth is that Tsukijiro died in the library.
つまり小生が何を言いたいかというと、
So what I'm trying to say is...
白鳥先生の証言は証拠として疑わしいということだ。
Dr. Shiratori's testimony is unsuitable evidence.
へえ、私が嘘つきだとおっしゃりたいわけですね。
Oh? So are you implying I'm a liar then?
いや、単に廊下を通ったものを見落としただけという可能性もある。
No. Simply that you may not have noticed someone go down the hall.
しかし見落としの可能性があるということは、その証言はあやふやだとも言える。
But the fact that you may not have noticed makes your testimony faulty.
すなわち犯人が通ったという事実を見逃している可能性も出てくるんじゃないかね。
So there could be the possibility that you didn't notice the perpetrator as well.
白鳥は廊下を通り過ぎた月次郎の存在に気づかなかった。
Did Shiratori not notice Tsukijiro pass down the hall?
いや、そうじゃない。このピースがそれを証明している。
I guess not. This piece proves that. Alright, here we go. Tsukijiro Kukuri did not use the core to get to the library. Here we go.
ここで重要なのは
What's important here is the shoes outside the window.
これだ。
Hahaha.
そう。靴が窓の外にあったということは、つまり
That's it. The shoes were outside the window, so
図書室の開いた窓の外に月次郎さんの靴が脱ぎ捨てられていました。
Tsukijiro's shoes were laying outside the library window.
月次郎さんはおそらく廊下ではなく外から図書室に入ったのだと思います。
He most likely came in through the window, not the hall.
答えはこれです。このことから白鳥さんの証言があやふやだという主張は通りません。
So this would speaking as Dr. Shiratori's testimony being faulty.
月次郎が外から？
Tsukijiro came in from outside?
事実、月次郎さんが6時頃中庭に出るところを水野さんに目撃されています。
He was seen going out to the garden by Miss Mizuno around 6. Okay. Alright. It's working now. Huh, that's weird. Alright.
どうせ嘘の証言だろう。
That testimony is false to begin with.
いえ、同じ時刻、温室の監視カメラに月次郎さんの姿が映っていました。
No. At the same time, Tsukijiro showed up on the greenhouse's security camera.
月次郎さんは何かの目的で温室に用があったようです。
He appeared to have some reason to go to the greenhouse.
そのことで一つ気になることがあるんですが。
There's one thing about that bothering me.
どうぞ白鳥君、発言を認めましょう。
Go ahead, Shiratori. You may speak.
立ち会い人の探偵君
Mr. Witness Detective?
君も監視カメラの映像を確かめたのなら、ある事実に気づいているのでしょうね。
If you check the security footage, there should be a bit of truth you picked up on.
ある事実。もしかしてあれのこと？
A bit of truth? Oh, you mean... Tsukijiro wasn't shown leaving.
これだ。月次郎さんが温室を出る場面が映っていませんね。
Tsukijiro wasn't shown leaving the greenhouse.
ええ、私も先ほど確認しました。
Yes, I just checked for myself too.
なぜか温室のカメラ映像には彼の入る姿は映っているが、出るところが映っていない。
For some reason, he was shown entering the greenhouse but not leaving.
ちなみに皆さんご存知かと思いますが、
Also, I believe you all already know this, but...
温室には入り口の自動ドア以外に外へ出る方法はありません。
There's no way to leave the greenhouse other than the automatic door in the front.
くだらない議論はこれで終わりにしましょう。 この不思議な現象を君はどう解釈するんですか？
How do you interpret this oddity?
もし月次郎くんが温室を一歩も出ていないのだとしたら、
If he had never stepped 1 foot out of the greenhouse,
事件の構造を根本から見直す必要がありますよね。
it would flip the whole case upside down, don't you think?
そうなればメイドのアリバイはもはや合ってないようなもの。彼女が犯人ということもありえます。
That would make the maid's alibi irrelevant. She could be the perpetrator.
やはり水野が犯人だ。
So it was Mizuno.
さあ説明してみろ探偵。この事実を覆せないなら水野が犯人ということになるぞ。
Explain that, detective. If you can't prove this, then it would mean she did it. I know, right? This is just like a Danganronpa class trial, if you will.
さあ
Well, alright, start the
月
evidence
次郎が
puzzle.
どうやって監視カメラに映らずに温室を出て屋敷に向かったのか。
How did Sekijiro head to the manor without showing up on the security footage?
やっぱりそれがこの事件の最大の問題だ。
This is the main issue with this case.
でも今まで集めたピースを丁寧に組み合わせていけばきっと答えは見えてくるはず。
But I should reach the answer by carefully putting the gathered pieces together. Alright, here we go. What was the other item Sekijiro left behind?
捜査している時に月次郎の遺留品がもう一つ見つかったはずだ。
During the investigation, we found an article left behind by Sekijiro.
本来そんな場所で見つかるはずのないもの。
Something that you wouldn't normally see around there.
きっとあれが謎を解く取っかかりになるはずだ。
That has to be a clue to solving the mystery. Alright, let's see. Alright. I think it's the thread caught in the hedge. Bingo.
これだ。そう。なぜか温室の裏、人があまり立ち入らないところに月次郎の服と同じ色の繊維があった。
For some reason, the thread the same color as Sekijiro's clothes was behind the greenhouse. Alright, I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'll be back in like 2 minutes. See you soon. Nah, I'm the lucky one. I'm grateful to have anyone watching me at all. But you, someone cool like you, someone who's actually been a good friend to me, that's even better. Alright. Alright. I'm back officially. Red cotton hedge, right? What's the proof
あの
that
繊維が月次郎のものかどうか証明できる情報は
the information needed to prove this fabric was from Tsukijiro what is? Thank you. I feel welcome. Come on. Tsukijiro's clothes.
これだ。ここで重要なのは
What's important here is the hem of his clothes is ripped.
これだ。
Bingo.
間違いない。あの鍵先は温室裏の垣根に引っかかってできたものだ。
There's no doubt. That torn part got caught in the hedge behind the greenhouse.
つまり月次郎はなぜか温室の裏を歩いている。
So, Tsukijiro was walking behind the greenhouse for some reason. Alright. Now the third one. Which entrance did
もしもあ
Tsukijiro
の裏
use?
手に温室の裏口があったとすれば、こっそり出入りできたはず。
If there was a back door to the greenhouse there, then he could secretly get out.
月次郎が使った出入り口のドアは
The door Tsukijiro used was... He must have used this. Oh, fuck.
いや、全然違う。もしもあの裏手に月次郎が
He had to have used... Fuck. Oh, this is bad. Alright, yeah, it has to be the automatic door. Alright.
どう考えても温室の出入り口は一つしか存在しない。あの自動ドアだけだ。
Fuck, I can't save her. There was only one door to the greenhouse, the automatic one.
それなら月次郎はあの自動ドアから外に出たとしか考えられない。
If that's the case, he couldn't have left through the automatic door. This one's tough. How did he exit the greenhouse via
自動
the...
ドアがあるのは庭に面した方だけで裏側には存在しない。
But there's only one door facing the garden. There isn't one to the back.
一体どうしたら裏から出られるんだろう。
So how did he get out through the back? Alright. I'm thinking... the manual handle. No, still? What the fuck?
もしかしたらそういえばあの温室には
There's the greenhouse system I couldn't figure out. Alright.
でも自動ドアが一体これだ。
Alright, we got it.
あのシステムを使うと
By using that system. I want to say a secret... No, the entire greenhouse rotates.
これだ。温室全体がぐるっと回転する。
The entire greenhouse rotates.
そうだよ。裏側に自動ドアがないなら
That's it. If there's no automatic door on the back,
自動ドアの位置そのものを動かしてしまえばいい。
then you simply move the door itself.
あの温室はきっとそれができるんだ。
Greenhouse must be capable of that.
コンソールにあった最高システムによって。
Because of the lighting system on the console.
最高システムとはおそらく太陽の光を効率的に温室に取り入れるための装置。
The lighting system must be for efficiently letting sunlight into the greenhouse.
季節や日の傾きに合わせて温室全体を回転させて光を取り入れるシステムなんだ。
It rotates the greenhouse, letting in the most sunlight for the season or time. Yeah, Alex, you kind of missed all this after you went to bed last night. Alright. What proof is there that the automatic door could be used when the lighting system is on?
だけど最高システムを稼働させて温室を回転させたままで本当にあのドアから出られるの？
Yeah, I was saying that earlier. This kind of has some Danganronpa flair to it. Could you really get out through the door with the greenhouse rotated?
回転を元に戻すまで外に出られなくなるとしたらこの推理は破綻する。
If you can't leave until the greenhouse returns to the front, this theory won't work.
いや、それはないはず。なぜならあの場所に書いてあったから。
No, that couldn't be because of what was written there. Okay, open using this hand. Bingo, yeah, this is where we use the manual handle. Alright.
これだ。あのハンドルの近くに注意書きがあった。
There was a caution note near that handle.
最高システム稼働時にはこのハンドルで扉を開けてください。
Open using this handle in power outages and when the lighting system is active.
つまり最高システムが稼働して温室が回転した後もドアから出ることができるはずなんだ。
So when the greenhouse rotates, it is possible to go through that door.
あのシステムを作動させている間、おそらく自動ドアはロックされてしまうんだろう。
When the system is active, the automatic door most likely locks.
だから開閉ハンドルを使ってドアを手動で開ける必要があるんだ。
So you would need to open the door manually with that handle.
わかった。これらの証言から導き出せた結論はこれだ。
Got it. From these testimonies, the conclusion that we can draw is this. Deduction complete. Alright, can I save my game here? Alright,
月次
good.
郎さんは温室を回転させたんじゃないですか？
Maybe Tsukijiro rotated the greenhouse.
貴様、そのことをなぜ？
How would you?
はあ、温室が回転する？それってどういう意味ですの？
Huh? The greenhouse rotates? What does that mean?
あの温室には最高システムという機能が備わっています。
That greenhouse has a lighting system.
最高システムとはその名の通り温室内の植物に日光を届けるためのシステムです。
This lighting system does what its name implies, direct sunlight to the plants.
おそらく建物自体が180度円回転するようになっているんでしょう。
Meaning, the building itself can rotate 180 degrees.
このシステムを起動させると自動ドアはロックされ普通には出入りできません。
When this system is active, the automatic door is locked and you can't get in.
ただしもし人が中にいた場合閉じ込められてしまう可能性もありますので
However, if someone was already inside, they might end up trapped, so...
手動ハンドルでドアを開けることができるようになっているはずです。
The door can be opened with the manual handle.
温室が180度回転した位置で手動ハンドルを使って外に出れば
If you open the door via the manual handle and exited with the greenhouse rotated,
除染アーチの監視カメラに映ることなく屋敷へ移動することができるんです。
Alright, we have an ad break coming up in a little under a minute. I do not play during ad breaks, so please enjoy the 3 minutes of downtime. And I'll resume the game once it's over. Yeah, no, this is a really good route. This is well done. This is probably my favorite route of the game thus far. You can exit and go to the manor without being seen by the camera in this arch.
何を証拠にそんなデタラメを。
Lies! What proof could you have?
証拠ならあります。
Oh, I have proof.
開店後の出入り口前にある垣根に服の繊維が付着していました。
There was some fabric caught in the hedge that it would have rotated towards.
これは月次郎さんの服が垣根の枝によって裂けた際に付着したものです。
Yeah. This was from when Tsukijiro's clothes were caught and torn by the hedge branch. Yeah, much, much less chaotic, thank God.
あんな誰も近寄らないような場所にどうして月
And
次郎
there's
さん
the
が
ad
行っ
break.
たん
I'll
でし
see
ょ
you
う
in
ね。
3 minutes. Um, well, I mean, I told you I went shopping, didn't I? Yeah, no, we tried to do that. We did that today because well, it's gonna be like 100 tomorrow. Yeah, I know, and it's gonna be that way on Friday too. So, ugh. Yeah, no, I'm kind of feeling more and more the same way. Yeah, you did. I remember that, and also me too. I was actually asked that in another Discord. And we are back. Thanks everyone else for waiting. Let's continue. Why would he go to a place no one ever goes near?
答えはこれです。これは温室を回転させて外に出た何よりの証拠じゃないですか。
This is perfect proof he rotated the greenhouse and exited.
待ってよ。月次郎さんはどうしてそんなことしてまで図書室へ移動したのかしらね。
Wait, why would he go through all that trouble to get to the library?
納得いく理由を聞かせてほしいわ。
I want to hear a good reason for that.
そうだ。そもそも月次郎は被害者だぞ。
Yeah, Tsukijiro's the victim here. Yeah, that's what we figured out.
どうして月次郎がそんな不可解な行動を取らなければならなかったというんだ。
Why would he be doing anything that's suspicious?
それはおそらく
That's most likely because Tsukijiro's motive was... I don't think it's... we haven't established a motive. I don't think it's to commit suicide. I think he was just checking out the tobacco crop, but we'll go with to kill Yoichi.
月次郎さんは陽一さんを殺すつもりだったんじゃないかと。遺産の取り分を増やすためです。
Perhaps Tsukijiro intended to kill Yoichi to increase his inheritance.
なんだと僕を
What? Kill me?
だとしてもなぜ図書室に行く僕を殺すのに関係あるのか
Then why to go to the library? What does that have to do with killing me?
それは
Well, that's...
あ
Alright, I'm gonna
すいません
reload.
勘違いしていました。
Okay. I think it was to kill Mizuno.
月次郎さんはおそらく温室の監視カメラを利用してアリバイを作ろうとしたんです。
He probably was trying to use the greenhouse camera to make an alibi.
アリバイ？
温室に6時に入るところを記録に残して出るところを映さないことで
By leaving a record of him entering the greenhouse at 6 and not exiting,
自分はずっと温室にいたという証拠にしようと考えていたのだと思います。
he likely planned to use it as proof he was in there the entire time.
しかし実際には温室を回転させて裏から外に出て図書室へ向かいました。
When in reality, he rotated the greenhouse, left, and headed to the library,
その目的は水野さんを殺害することです。
with the intent to murder Miss Mizuno.
なんだと
What?
月次郎さんは銃で水野さんを射殺しようとしました。
Tsukijiro was attempting to murder Miss Mizuno using a gun.
陽一さん、図書室にあった銃は清正さんの部屋にあったもので間違いないですね。
Yoichi, is it true that the gun in the library is from your father's room? Yes.
昨日清正さんの部屋から月次郎さんが出てくるところを見ました。
Yesterday, I saw Tsukijiro using Kiyomasa Kukuri's room.
おそらくあの時に銃を盗み出したんです。
He most likely took the gun then. Yeah, everybody hates Mizuno because she's inexplicably named as an heir to money they feel they're entitled to.
図書室の本棚の奥には覗き穴が開いていました。
There was a peephole made in the back of the library bookshelf.
覗き穴の先は図書室の隣室
The
水
people
野さ
were
んの部屋です。
people was bored into Miss Mizuno's room.
覗き穴本当かね
A peephole? Really?
うん私も確認した間違いない
I saw it as well. There's no mistaking it.
けれどその時点で水野さんは庭に出ていたので殺害されずに済みました。
But Miss Mizuno was already in the garden at that time, so she avoided being killed.
そして逆に月次郎さんは何者かに殺害されてしまいました。
And then Tsukijiro was in turn murdered by someone else.
いや待ってください。言っていることがおかしいですよ。
Wait a second. What you're saying doesn't make sense.
水野くんを殺そうとして逆に殺された。
He tried to kill Mizuno, but was killed instead?
それじゃあやはり犯人は水野くんしか考えられないのでは？
Then wouldn't that make Mizuno the culprit? Tsukijiro's murderer is... Alright. I am going to stick with this. The culprit's not her.
いえ、それはありえません。
No, that can't be.
銃声が鳴った時に水野さんは庭にいたはずで
When the gun fired, Miss Mizuno was in the garden.
そのメイドがそう言っているだけだろう本当は部屋にいたんじゃないのか
That maid could just be saying that. Maybe she was actually in her room?
いえ、水野さんが部屋にいなかったのは間違いありません。
No, there's no mistake that she wasn't in her room.
でなければ殺して部屋を出た時に駆けつけた白鳥さんたちと鉢合わせになるはずですから。
Otherwise, she would have run into Mr. Shiratori when she left the room.
確かに水野くんは廊下の向こうからやってきましたね。
True. She came down the hall from the opposite direction.
じゃあ何か月次郎は誰もいない部屋で撃ち殺されたってことか
Then what? Tsukijiro was shot to death from an empty room?
それは
Well,
誰もいない部屋で撃ち殺された？
Hmm? Shot to death from an empty room?
もしかして私たちはとんでもない思い違いをしていたのでは？
Maybe we've made a grave mistake.
どうしたんだい？考え込んだりして。
What? What's up? What are you thinking?
もしかして君には見えたのかな？
Could it be that you see it?
この事件の真実が。
The truth of this case?
はい。たった今、わかりました。
Yes, I just got it.
誰なの？水野なんでしょ？そうなんでしょ？
Who did it? Mizuno, right? Right?
月次郎さんを撃った人は
The one who shot Tsukijiro was... Oh, please, please don't make it her. Can't be... I'm gonna say... Nobody.
誰もいません。
It wasn't anybody.
何を言ってるんですの？誰もいないのに撃たれるわけないでしょ？
What are you saying? That he was shot despite nobody being there?
いいえ、これまで集めた証拠、それが真実だと告げています。
No, the evidence we've collected so far reveals the truth.
銃の引き金を引いたのは誰でもないんです。
Nobody pulled the trigger. Was it a contraption?
なぜなら、それは誰ではなく、罠だからです。
It was nobody because it was a trap.
罠
A trap?
月次郎さんはあらかじめ仕掛けられていた罠によって射殺されてしまったのです。
Tsukijiro was shot dead by a trap set up in advance.
罠といっても相手の顔面を射撃する罠なんてすぐにイメージ湧かないな。
Though, a trap meant to shoot someone in the face is certainly hard to imagine.
それがどんな罠なのか君には見当がついているのかい？
Do you have an idea of what such a trap would be?
罠、私にはそれがどこまで見えているんだろう。
A trap. How much of it can I envision?
月次郎の命を奪った罠。
The trap that took Tsukijiro's life.
私が今まで集めたピースをきちんと並べれば罠の具体的な姿も見えてくるはず。
If I can line up all the pieces I've gathered, I should be able to see the trap.
凶器や殺害現場の状況を一つ一つ見直していこう。
Let's go over each weapon and the state of the murder scene. Oh boy. Another 5-1. Give specific details about the trap that killed Tsukijiro. What was the weapon
月
used to
次
kill
郎を殺した
Tsukijiro?
凶器は確か
Oh, that's easy. That's the Derringer. Alright.
これだ。月次郎は銃で射殺された。そして発射された形跡があるのはデリンジャーだけ。
He was shot dead with a gun, and only the Derringer had traces of being fired.
月次郎を殺したのはデリンジャーで間違いない。
So it must have been the Derringer that killed him. Alright, what's the next one? Where was the gun planted?
罠なのだとしたらあらかじめどこかに仕掛けられていたはず。
The trap would need to have been set up somewhere in advance.
銃はどこに設置されていたんだろう。
Where would the gun have been placed? Alright. It's obviously the peephole in the maid's room.
これだ。デリンジャーは水野さんの部屋に落ちていた。
The Derringer was laying in Mizuno's room.
つまり設置されていたのは水野さんの部屋のどこか。
So it had to have been set up in her room.
水野さんの部屋では図書室にいる月次郎は殺せない。
It couldn't have killed Tsukijiro in the library from her room, though.
だけど水野さんの部屋と図書室の間の本棚は覗き穴でつながっていた。
However, there was a peephole in the library bookshelf connected to her room.
水野さんの部屋の本棚、覗き穴の位置に仕掛けておけば 月次郎を撃ち殺せるというわけだ。
If positioned in Mizuno's bookshelf at the people, it could have killed him. Alright, what do we have next? What did Tsukijiro try to use for the library to kill Mizuno?
さて、月次郎は水野さんを殺すために図書室にやってきて、逆に罠にかかって死んだ。
Now, Tsukijiro came to the library to kill Mizuno, but got killed by a trap instead.
つまり月次郎は図書室から自室にいる水野さんを殺そうとしたんだ。
So he tried to kill her while she was in her room from the library.
隣の部屋にいる水野さんを狙うため、月次郎はあるものを使おうとした。
In order to take aim at her in the next room over, he used something. Alright. He would have had to have used the library people. Three for three.
あの本棚の覗き穴はいつ誰が開けたものかはわからない。
That people, I don't know who made it or when.
ただ、少なくとも月次郎はその存在を知っていたはず。
But Tsukijiro appeared to have known about it.
だから月次郎は穴越しに水野さんを射殺しようとして図書室に侵入したんだ。
So he entered the library intending to shoot Mizuno through the peephole. What is the switch that activated the trap?
さて、月次郎を殺した罠は何をスイッチにして起動したんだろう。
Now, what was the switch that triggered the trap that killed Tsukijiro?
ここまで分かってきた事実から推理できそうなんだけど。
Drawing on everything I figured out, I could feel a theory coming. It's gotta be... Alright. It's gotta be the book.
これだ。月次郎はその本をどうした？
What did he do with that book? He took the book off the shelf.
これだ。月次郎は水野さんを撃ち殺すために本棚の覗き穴から彼女を探そうとした。
He tried to look for Mizuno through the peephole to shoot her.
普段覗き穴は本で隠されていたから、まずはその本を本棚から抜き取った。
There would be a book blocking the hole, so he would have to move that.
抜き取りながら覗き穴に目を向けて。
He would put his eye up to the hole as he pulls the book.
だけど、その本は罠の起動スイッチだったから、そのまま月次郎は目を打たれてしまったんだ。
But the book was the switch, so he was shot in the eye. Alright. How are the trap, trigger, and the gun connected?
これで罠の正体は分かった。
Is that what the trap was?
いや、まだスイッチである本を抜き取る行為と凶器である銃がリンクしていない。
The book that was the switch and the gun still haven't been linked yet.
なぜ本を抜き取ると仕掛けられた銃が発射されたのか。
Why would pulling the book fire the gun?
それは何かで本と銃がつながれていたからだ。
Something was connecting the book to the gun. Alright. This one is obvious. It's the bookmark string.
これだ。水野さんの部屋に残されていたしおり紐。
The bookmark string left in Mizuno's room.
本についていたしおり紐が銃の引き金に結びつけられていたんだ。
The bookmark string in the book was tied to the trigger of the gun.
先端が輪のように結ばれているのはその痕跡だろう。
The end being tied into a loop is also proof of it.
罠のスイッチに用いられた本のしおり紐は極端に短いし、途中で切れている。
The bookmark string used as the trap switch is very short, like it was torn in half.
これがあの本のしおり紐に間違いない。
This was the marker from that book.
わかった。これらの証言から導き出せた結論はこれだ。
Got it. From these testimonies, the conclusion that we can draw is this. Oh wow. He's even blackened in the deduction. Alright, the piece of evidence trap has been added to the case record.
見えました。月次郎さんがどんな罠で殺されたのかが。
I got it. I know the type of trap that killed Tsukijiro. Yep, just like Danganronpa.
よろしい。では披露してくれたまえ、その華麗な推理を。
Great! Let's hear it out then. Let's hear your elegant theory.
温室を抜け出した月次郎さんはまず窓から図書室に入りました。
After leaving the greenhouse, Tsukijiro entered the library via the window.
そして覗き穴から水野さんの部屋を覗こうと本棚の本を引き抜こうとしました。
And to look through the peephole to Miss Mizuno's room, he went to pull out a book.
しかしその本は殺人の罠を発動するための
However,
引き金でした。
that book was the trigger to set off the killer's trap.
その本のしおり紐が覗き穴を通して隣の部屋にある銃の引き金に結ばれていたのです。
The marker from that book was connected to the gun in the other room through the hole. Yeah, this is like, you know, we had the Ministry of Healthcare route, which was basically the killing game. And this is like the other part of Danganronpa. This is like the detective work and the class trial, complete with closing argument.
その銃、デリンジャーは覗き穴の向こう側にぴったりとそ
That
の
gun,
銃口を合わせてありました。
the Derringer, was set flush with the other side of the hole.
そして月次郎さんが本を抜き切った時、
And when Tsukijiro pulled the book,
しおり紐が引き金を引き、弾丸が発射され、覗き穴を通して月次郎さんに命中しました。
the marker string pulled the trigger and the bullet was fired, hitting Tsukijiro.
ちょうど覗き穴を覗き込もうと顔を近づけていたために右目が貫かれることになったのです。
He got hit in the right eye just as he was trying to peer into the peephole.
答えはこれです。これがこの事件の真相です。
That is the truth behind this case.
そんなバカな
There's no way. Why does he look so defensive?
バカなバカなバカな
No, no, no! I think it was this guy's trap.
せっかく水野を陥れるチャンスだったのに
This was it. This was my chance to trap Mizuno. Holy fuck. He framed her.
この人、水野さんの仕業じゃないと分かっていて犯人に仕立て上げようとしていたの。
This man. He tried to make Mizuno out to be the culprit knowing it wasn't her?
なるほど。誰かが覗き穴を覗けば、
Yeah,
その人物が
Yoichi.
死ぬように仕組まれていたんですね。
I see. If someone were to look into the hole, then they would be killed.
しかし問題はその犯人ですね。
But the problem is who did it?
その穴を仕掛けたのは誰なんですか？
Who was it that set the trap? Yeah, it's definitely Yoichi.
銃が仕込まれていたのはメイドの部屋の本棚なのだろう。
The gun was set up on the maid's bookshelf, right?
それなら答えは明白じゃないか。やはり犯人は
Then the answer was clear. The culprit must have been...
そうだ犯人は水野に決まってる
Yeah! It had to have been Mizuno!
違います私ではありません
No, it wasn't me!
それじゃあ銃が本棚に仕掛けられていることに気づかず部屋で過ごしていたというのかね。
So you're saying that you were in that room not knowing there was a trap in it?
はい全
Yes. I had no idea, really. It's the truth.
気づかなかったのも無理はないと思います。
I don't think it's too hard to believe that she didn't notice.
覗き穴はちょうど本と本の隙間に隠されていたので、
The peephole was hidden between two books.
あくまで君は彼女が仕掛けたのではないと主張するわけですね。
So you side with her not setting the trap then?
公平な第三者である立会人が随分と特定の個人を肩入れするんですね。
The neutral witness sure is siding with one person a lot.
公正な立場で見れば彼女が最も疑わしいのは明白だと思いますが、
I think she would be the most suspicious from an impartial perspective.
誰が見ても水野が犯人だ。
No matter how you look at it, it had to be Mizuno.
私はあくまで誰にでも平等に銃を仕掛けることができたはずだと言っているんです。
I am only saying that it could have been anyone that set the trap up.
水野さんだけが犯人としてやり玉に挙げられるのはフェアじゃないと思います。
I don't think it's fair to constantly use Miss Mizuno as a scapegoat.
まあ確かにそうですね。
That is a good point.
彼女が部屋を出ている間にこっそり忍び込めば誰にでも設置は可能でしょう。
Anybody could have set it up while she was out of the room.
僕は認めないぞ。罠を仕掛けたのは水野だ。
I don't accept it. She set the trap.
誰か早くそいつを追放しろ。あの女に遺産は渡さない。
Someone to cast her out now. I won't give any of the inheritance to that woman. Damn, Inugami. Alright, Alex, I think it's definitely Yoichi. He's definitely the killer.
大丈夫ですよ。そんなに強く殴ってませんから。
He's fine. I didn't hit him that hard. He's greedy, that's all there is to
し
it.
かしこうなっては会議を続けられそうにないですね。
However, how are we to continue the meeting?
第2回のくくり家遺産相続会議はここまでといたしましょ
Let's adjourn the second Kukuri family inheritance meeting here.
う。なお、次の第3回遺産相続会議は会議が長引きそうなので明日は1時間早めにスタートします。
The third Kukuri family inheritance meeting will start an hour earlier tomorrow. Yo, why aren't we talking about the fact that Yoichi literally set up a trap and effectively committed a murder by doing this? Like, he should be disqualified. He should be declared a heretic right now.
何しろ明日12時がタイムリミットですからね。その1時間前にという趣向です。
After all, the time limit is tomorrow at 12. Let's begin an hour before that.
それでは皆さん、ひとまず解散。
Well then, let's break for now.
これにて第2回遺産相続会議を終了いたします。
The second Kukuri family meeting... The second Kukuri family inheritance meeting is adjourned.
お疲れ様でした。
Thank you all. Yeah, no, Yoichi's a dick. Alright, we got through the second day.
こうして第2回の遺産相続会議はひとまず終了した。
With that, the second Kukuri family inheritance meeting was adjourned.
事件の様相はなんとなく把握できてきたけど、
I've gathered a greater part of what happened here, but
月次郎を死に追いやった犯人はまだ謎のままだ。
the one who carried out Tsukijiro's murder is still a mystery.
果たして誰がこんなことを。
Yeah. Who could have?
席を立つ参加者たちを尻目に、私はしばらくその場から動けずにいた。
Glaring at everyone standing up, I sat there unable to move for a bit. Because, like, the thing is, he was extremely defensive. And he was basically saying about how he wanted to trap Mizuno and discredit her. So it makes sense the way that he's acting. He set the trap. So that means like when you put a gun on a tripwire and somebody trips that tripwire and somebody and somebody triggers the trap, you're responsible for that person's death. No matter who the person was, right? So like that's what happened here. That's murder.
そうしているうちに気づけば私は大広間に一人取り残されていた。
And I came to find myself alone in that hall. You did great, Ray!
意外にも探偵の才能があるのかもしれないな。
To think you actually have a knack for detective work. Yeah, maybe I do have a knack for it.
そうですね。
True.
神の試練が終わったら教祖なんてやめて探偵になるのもいいかもしれませんね。
When God's trial is over, maybe I should quit being the founder and be a detective.
ふすまの開く音。
Huh? The sound of a door sliding shut?
水野さん？いたんですか？
What is it?
すみません。驚かせるつもりは。
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
今どなたかとお話を？
Were you speaking with someone?
あ、いえ。
No.
よかった。ヒメルさんたち、とっさに姿を隠したみたいだ。
Himiru and Mikotoro seem to have hidden themselves. That's a relief.
それにしても、
But still,
今回の会議も災難でしたね。まるで全員があなたの敵みたいでした。
the meeting was rough. It seemed like everyone was out to get you.
それでもしもべ様だけは最後まで私をかばってくださいました。
But you stuck up for me till the end.
どうして私なんかをかばってくださるのですか？
Why would you do that for me?
なぜだろう。改めて考えると、私にもわからなかった。
You have this game? I'm not sure. I don't really even know myself.
だけど、私の口は自然と言葉を発していた。
But the words just flowed out of me naturally.
放っておけないからですよ。
I couldn't just stand there and let it happen.
このままだとあなたはやってもいない罪の告白を始めてしまいそうで、
You seem like you would start confessing even though you didn't do it.
逆に罪の告白をすべき者が口を閉ざしたまま何の報いも受けないなんて、
The one that should be confessing would have gotten away with it.
そんなこと絶対に許せません。
That would be unforgivable.
そうか、私は許せなかったんだ。
I see. I couldn't allow it.
私を殺した犯人も罪を償うことなくのうのうと日常を過ごしているだろうことが。
The person that killed me is just going on with life with no consequences.
おそらく犯人であろう人物、犬神キシル。
About this game? Maybe we found out about it at the same time, but I remember posting in Ava's Discord when the trailer was first announced, because I was laughing about how Kodaka was saying prior to 100 Line that, 100 Line might be the last game he ever faces. He might be bankrupt after that game comes out if he doesn't make money, yada yada yada. He says nothing, and then Spike Chunsoft announced this game with him as the writer. The most likely culprit, Kishiru Inagami.
でも私なんかのために。
But for someone like me,
その私なんかというのやめませんか？
can you stop the someone like me thing?
私なんかという理由で真実を諦めたりしないでください。
Don't deny the truth just because of someone like me.
相手が誰であろうと、あなたは自分の主張を伝えればいいんです。
It doesn't matter to whom it is, you should express yourself.
生まれや環境なんか関係ありませんよ。 彼らとあなたは何も違わない。
Status or environment are irrelevant. You are no different than them,
そうでしょ。
right?
そんな、私なんか。
But someone like me,
また言いましたね。
you said it again.
本当、私癖になっているみたいですね。自分のことを卑下するの。
Really, it seems putting myself down has become a habit.
もっと胸張ってください。そして理不尽と戦いましょう。
Take more pride in yourself. Fight this absurd situation.
しもべ様も戦ってこられたんですね。
You've also been fighting, haven't you? Yeah, I think
今も
we.
戦ってますよ。
And I'm still finding out. Yeah, everyone's got a little bit of imposter syndrome. Everybody.
そりゃ誰かに殺された上に中途半端に戻ってくるなんて理不尽よね。
What's absurd is being murdered and coming back so incomplete.
うるさい。
Shut up.
そちらに誰か。
Is someone there?
ああ、いや、世間の声はいつもうるさいという意味で。
No. I meant that the world needs to shut up.
そんなことより少しの間私に付き合ってもらえませんか？
Anyway, would you mind spending some time with me?
付き合うですか？
Spending time with you?
あなたの部屋に罠を仕掛けた殺人犯が誰なのかまだ分かっていません。
I still don't know who the murderer was that set the trap in your room.
犯人を追求するために清正さんの部屋を調べてみたくて。
I would like to look around Kiyomasa's room to flush them out. Oh, I see.
そうですよね。
Of course.
犯人は清正さんの銃を盗むために部屋に忍び込んでいるはずです。
The culprit would have sneaked into Kiyomasa's room to steal the gun.
もしかしたら何か痕跡を残しているかも。
They might have left some clues behind.
だからぜひ捜査を手伝ってください。
So please help me with the investigation.
でも私が。
But for someone like me to, she just did it again.
わかりました。
Okay,
私はご主人様の部屋によく出入りしていましたから、
I used to frequently go into the master's room,
何か変化があればわかるかもしれません。
so I might notice if anything is different.
ご主人様の部屋はこちらです。案内いたします。
The room is this way. I will lead you there.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
「これって捜査ですよね。
This is an investigation, right?
いえ、そうですよ。
Yeah, that's right.
なんだかドキドキしますね。私、捜査というものは初めてなので。
I'm a little nervous. This is my first investigation.
どこか以前と変わってる様子はありますか？
Is there anything different than it used to be?
いえ、今のところ特段。
No, not yet. Everything is the same. Alright, a full trust bar. Alright, we'll check the chair. Alright, so we have a globe here.
地球儀だ。地球は丸くて広いな。
A globe. The Earth sure is round and vast.
終焉カウンターだ。
A counter to the end of the world.
みんなそんなに終焉の日が待ち遠しいのかな。
Is everyone that eager for the end of the world?
古い写真だ。
An old picture.
妙齢の女性が写っている。亡くなられた奥さんかな。
It's of a young woman. Maybe his wife that passed?
どことなく水野さんに似ている気がする。
She looks kind of like Mizuno. Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
この机の引き出し、鍵がかかっていて開かない。
This desk drawer is locked.
鍵はどこだろう。まずはそれを探さないと。
Where could the key be? I need to look for it.
水野さん、何か言いたそうにしている。
Mizuno looks like she has something to say.
スナッピングで水野さんのピースを提示したら、何か助言がもらえるかも。
Maybe snapping some of Mizuno's evidence will provide some help. Alright.
この机の引き出し、鍵がかかっていて開かない。
I don't have anything at the moment. Alright, let's see. Try snapping my fingers here.
妙齢のどことなく古い写真だ。妙齢の女性が写っている。亡くなられた奥さんかな。この女性。
You know this woman?
亡くなられた奥様だと聞いています。
I heard it was the master's late wife.
私がここに勤めるよりもずっと昔に亡くなられていたので、お会いしたことはないのですが。
She passed long before I started working here, so I've never met her.
ご主人様が事業で成功される前からご結婚されていたそうです。
They got married before the master became successful.
貧しくてずっと苦労をかけたので、奥様に報いるためにお仕事を頑張っていたそうですが。
He was poor and it was hard on her, so to thank her he was diligent with his work.
お仕事が順調になったのと引き換えにお亡くなりに。
Yet, despite his success at work, she passed away.
そうなんですか。
Is that so?
確かに写真に写る女性は質素な服装をしている。
The woman in the photo is just fairly modestly.
清正は妻のためにシャニムにお金を稼いでいたわけか。
So he was frantically making money for her.
だけどその妻に先立たれてしまって手段が目的になり、やがて暴走をして。
But his wife's death turned the means into the end, and he spun out of control.
それがあのタバコの密造、密売へとつながっていったのかもしれない。
And that might have led to the illegal tobacco growing and smuggling. Alright, we will check. I guess next logical place to check would be here. This book is The History of Sacrifices Part 2. Long ago, the country aiming to maintain global harmony. Sacrifices have already been mentioned, but are these the sacrifices Mikotoro was talking about?
難しそうな本がたくさん並んでいる。経営学や科学、物理学、
There are a
植
lot
物
of
学なんかの本が多い。
there are a lot of difficult books, many about economics, chemistry, botany.
難しそうな本がたくさん並んでいる。経営学や、よく見ると銃とか罠とか狩猟とか処刑の歴史とか物騒な本も多いな。
There are also many about guns, trapping, hunting, the death penalty. Scary.
銃集めが趣味だったようだし、これも趣味なのかな。
Gun collecting appeared to be his hobby, but maybe this was too. Alright.
ベッドだ。ここに清正は寝ていたのか。
Bed. This must be where Kiyomasa slept.
ベッドだ。ベッドだ。ここに清正は寝ていた。確か 土門さんのお話では亡くなる前日
According to Mr. Domon, the day he passed,
屋敷中を歩き回れるくらい元気だったとか。
he was strong enough to walk all around the banner.
はい、私もびっくりしたのですが。
Yes, I was very surprised too.
とっておきの薬を使ったとのことですが、それは水野さんが？
He apparently used a medicine he had stashed away, but did you give it to him?
いえ、私は存じ上げません。白鳥さんも知らないとおっしゃっていました。
No, I don't know anything about it. Mr. Shiratori said he didn't know either.
心配なのでお散歩をご一緒しようとしたのですが、不要だと断られて。
I tried to accompany him since I was worried, but he said it was unnecessary.
ずっと寝たきりだったのに、急に一人で散歩に？
He had been bedridden, but he was suddenly able to walk alone?
不思議ですよね。てっきりお加減が良くなったのかと。
It was strange. I had thought that maybe he had gotten better.
それなのに。
But the next day,
そういえば。
oh, now that I think about it,
お散歩されている時、妙なことをおっしゃっていました。
as he was walking, he said some strange things.
確か声が聞こえるとか、目覚めろとか。
Things like, I can hear voices and wake up.
独り言のようでしたからそっとしておいたのですが。
It seemed like he was talking to himself, so I left it alone.
なんだろう。土門さんの言っていたきつい副作用と何か関係あるんだろうか。
Could that be related to the strong side effects Domon mentioned? Alright, when am I gonna get anywhere in this?
医療器具が置きっぱなしになっている。清正が使っていたものだろう。
There's medical equipment left out. Kiyomasa must have used it. Yeah, we don't know yet. He might have been having hallucinations before he died.
医療器具が置きっぱなしになっている。清正さんが使われていたものですよね。
Kiyomasa used these, yes?
はい。と言っても治療目的のものではなく、日々のコンディションをモニタリングするものでした。
But they weren't to treat anything. They only monitored his condition.
朝晩、私がこれで様々な機能のベンチマークスコアを測定、記録して。
Every night I would use various functions to check and record his benchmark scores.
ベンチマークスコア？よく知らないけど、医療の分野ではそういう表現をするのかな？
Benchmark scores? I don't really get it, but maybe it's a term in the medical field? Alright, well, I guess the last thing I can do is try snapping here. Sacrifices were made over a long period. Without the nourishment of sacrifices, the earth will rot and the sun will burn out. Devout followers would volunteer to be sacrifices for the world and the founder. Their ancestors had sacrificed themselves for the earth, so they too had to do the same. In other words, the country was built on mass sacrifice. Becoming a sacrifice was considered an honor in this society. The dead, seen as heroes, piled up at the city center. They were the world's cornerstones. This tradition continued for 30 years. The bodies piled up to form a large human-shaped statue, the symbol of glory. Holy fuck, this is dark. Glory, honor, pride. The symbol of glory now towers the city, viewable everywhere. Shuten Order's followers hold the utmost respect to those who saved the world. Blessed be the Shuten Order. Symbol of glory is the ominous statue in Central Park, right? So it's made up of the corpses of the sacrifices? How crazy is the Shuten Order? Miss Mizuno is a follower and I was the founder. Ugh, or am I the crazy one who can't comprehend it? Alright, so... that all turned out to be nothing.
すごい量の銃だ。これが陽一の言っていたコレクションか。
An unbelievable amount of guns. This must be the collection Yoichi mentioned.
すごい量の銃だ。これが陽一。月次郎さんが使おうとしたリボルバーや罠に使われたデリンジャーは
The revolver Tsukijiro tried to use and the derringer from the trap were
ここから持ち出されたというわけですね。
taken from here then.
はい、おそらく
Yes, most likely.
ご主人様以外は関心のなかったものですし、私も怖くてあまり近づかなかったので。
Only the master had an interest in them. They scared me, so I stayed away too.
なくなってたことに気づきませんでした。
So I didn't notice they were missing. Alright, so we'll talk to her. It seems like she's not looking around for anything that might be unusual. Alright, then I must already have... Or I can just try snapping my fingers here.
地球は丸くて広いな。水野さん、この事件が解決して、
Miss Mizuno, when your case has been solved...
それと私の抱えてるいろんなことが全部片付いたら、どこか遠くへ旅行に行きませんか？
And when all I have going on is taken care of, would you like to go on a trip?
遠くへ？旅行？
Eh? A trip? Me?
あ、ごめんなさい、突然。嫌ですよね。
I'm sorry. That must have been pretty sudden. Did I upset you?
いえ、嫌とかではなく、
No, not at all.
きっと冗談だとは思いますが、しもべ様って面白い方ですね。
I thought that was a joke, but Mr. Shimobe, you are quite an interesting person.
面白い？
Interesting?
でも、そういうところが私は。
But that side of you is also... I...
ん？終焉カウンターだ。みんなそんなに終焉の日が待ち遠しいのかな。水野さんも終焉の日が待ち遠しいですか？
Are you eager for the end of the world too?
ええ、それはも
Huh? Well, yes.
う、むしろこの国で待ちわびていない教団員なんて一人もいないと思いますけど。
I don't think there's a single member of the order in this country that isn't.
我には終点教のご加護あり。
Blessed be the Shuten order.
水野さんまでこんな思考になっちゃうなんて。終点教、怖い。
So even Mizuno thinks like that. The Shuten order is scary. Alright. Then...
この机の引き出し、鍵がかかっていて開かない。
Okay, what can I use on the desk drawer? Yeah, this is... Because, like, I... Mr. Shimobe?
差し出がましいと思って言い出せなかったのですが、
I thought it might be out of place, so I didn't say anything, but...
実はその引き出し、鍵がかかっているのではなくて、立て付けが悪いだけなんです。
That drawer isn't locked. It just sticks. Oh my god, this game. This game just went from, like, sappy to comical.
そうなんですか？
Is that so?
すみません。聞かれてもいないことを答えたら出しゃばりだと叱られそうで。
I'm sorry. I thought I would get yelled at for speaking out of turn.
水野さん、かわいそうに。これまでずっとくくり家の連中にいじめられてきたからだろうな。
How sad. How poorly must she have been treated up until now?
何をやっても叱られたら、こんな風に萎縮してしまうよ。
Getting yelled at over everything is how you wither away like this.
いえ、教えてくれてありがとうございます。
No, thank you for telling me.
で、どうやって開ければいいのでしょうか。
So how do we open it?
はい確かご主人様はこうやって一
Right.
度机を持ち上げてから
Master would lift the desk up like this.
あ、開いた。
It opened.
私でも操作のお役に立てましたか？
Once I have some help?
役に立つどころか、水野さんがいなかったら諦めてましたよ。
That's putting it lightly. I would have given up without you.
ありがとうございます。あ、いえ、すみませんでした。もっと早く教えていれば。
Alright. Rest well, Alex. Hope you feel better soon. No, I apologize for not saying anything sooner.
何を言うんです。私がさっさと質問しなかったから悪いんです。
What are you talking about? I should have asked.
机の中は。
Alright, the contents then.
ご主人様の日記帳ですね。
It's the Master's journal.
私がここに勤め始めた頃は、よく日記をつけていらっしゃいました。
He often wrote in it when I started working here.
読んでも大丈夫かな。
I wonder if it's okay to read it.
気が引けるけど、捜査のためなら仕方ない。
It bothers me a little, but it's for the investigation.
今日もあの医者があの薬をねだりに来た。大した治療もできないくせに要求だけはご立派だ。
That doctor came for that drug today too. He demands a lot despite being no
医
help.
者はあの薬をどうやって作るのか遠回しに私から聞き出そうとしてくる。
The doctor has been trying to get me to say how I make that drug.
所詮彼の頭では想像もできまい。
He could never
あの
wrap
温
his
室で何が行われているのか。
he could never wrap his head around what's happening in the greenhouse.
あの薬、タバコのことではないの？
That drug? Is it not the tobacco?
温室にはまだ他に何か秘密があるのかな？
Is there still some secret with the greenhouse?
体の衰えを如実に感じる。まさか私がこんなに老いるなんて。
I can feel myself weakening. To think I would get this frail.
全ては私の作ってきた化学薬品のせいだろう。だがそのおかげで私は財を成すことができた。
It's probably the drugs I've made, but they allow me to achieve wealth.
しかし私が死んだ後、息子たちにあの莫大な財産が渡ってしまうことに不安を覚える。
However, handing over that treasure to my sons after death is worrying.
相続に関する法律をどうにか変えることはできないか。犬神くんに相談してみよう。
Is there any way I can change the inheritance laws? I'll have to ask Inugami.
法律の変更は無理だと突っぱねられた。その代わり遺言状を作ってはどうかと勧められた。
I was told changing the law was impossible, but he did suggest a will.
なるほど、いいアイディアだ。これで不安が解消される。
I see. That's a good idea. Now I can stop worrying.
しかし水野くんはどう思うだろうか。彼女の解除には本当に感謝してもしきれない。
What would Yuri think? I could never be grateful enough for her.
日記の最後のページには真っ赤な文字で「か」と記されていた。
All right, we have an ad break starting up in about a minute. I don't play during ad breaks, so enjoy the 3 minutes of downtime, and I'll resume the game once we get back. The character Try was written in deep red on the next page. All right, the piece of evidence Kiyomasa's notebook has been added to the case record.
この文字は一体？
What is this?
水野さん、何か心当たりありますか？
Miss Mizuno, do you have any idea what this is?
さあ、何でしょうか。筆跡はご主人様のものに間違いありませんが、
I'm not sure. It is the master's handwriting, but
何か恨みめいたものが込められているようにも見えますね。
it feels like it has some sort of grudge imbued in it. Yeah, that's an understatement.
もしかして私が何か恨まれるようなことでも。
There's the ad break. I'll see you in 3 minutes. Okay, we are back, and thank you for waiting. Let's continue. Maybe I did something to make him resent me.
いや、水野さんに対してはほとんど感謝の言葉しか書かれていませんよ。
No, he only wrote with gratitude when talking about you.
ご主人様、
Master,
ご主人様。
Master.
水野さん、清正の日記にあった不穏なページを見て不安になっているみたいだ。
She must be uncomfortable after seeing that disturbing page in Kiyomasa's diary.
清正さんはきっと水野さんが無事に遺産を継ぐことを願っていると思います。
Kiyomasa probably wanted you to receive the inheritance.
だから胸を張って遺産を受け取ってください。
Oh, be proud. Accept it.
私が見守ってますから、二人で一緒に明日の正午を迎えましょう。
I'll watch over you, so let's go tomorrow together.
はい。
Okay.
陽一さん、どうか考え直して。
Yoichi, please reconsider.
陽一さん。
今の声はくくりみきさん？
Was that voice Miki Kukuri?
中庭の方から聞こえたようだけど。
It sounded like it came from the garden.
行ってみましょう。
let's go see what's going on. Yoichi! Open this now!
何かあったんですか？
Is something the matter?
ああ、インチキ探偵。
Oh, the phony detective.
実は陽一さんが明日の11時まで温室にいるってここに閉じこもっちゃったのよ。
Yoichi said he's staying in the greenhouse up until 11 tomorrow and shut up in there.
温室の方が安全だからって。
Because it's safe in the greenhouse.
はあ、なるほど。
Huh, I see.
それは一理あるんじゃないですか？
I suppose that is true.
何言ってんのよ。あの人の身に何かあってみなさい。
What are you talking about? If anything happened to him...
遺産が全部下品なクソ女の手に渡ってしまうのよ。そんなの耐えられないわ。
All of the inheritance would go to that foul woman. I couldn't stand that.
こうなったらいっそ。
If that's how it is, then...
ちょっと気を確かに。
Stop! Are you mad?
あなたが犯罪を起こしたら、それこそ遺産を取り上げられかねませんよ。
If you commit a crime, then the entire inheritance will be taken away.
それもそうね。
You're right.
ありがとう。冷静になれたわ。
Thank you. That calmed me down.
とにかく明日の会議をおとなしく待つことにしましょう。
Anyway, I'm going to wait tomorrow patiently. Blah, wait. Anyway, I'm going to wait patiently till tomorrow's meeting.
ああ、楽しみだわ。一さん、一さん。
I'm so looking forward to it. Inheritance! Inheritance!
陽一さんが温室に。
Yoichi's locked up in the greenhouse.
何事もなければいいけど。
I hope nothing happens.
遺産を受け取る条件は、とにかく明日の12時まで生き残ることだ。
The condition for receiving the inheritance is to survive until noon tomorrow.
だとすれば、水野さんも危険な目に遭うかもしれない。
Then Mizuno might also be in danger. We are so watching over her all night.
水野さん、今日は私、水野さんの部屋の前で一晩見張ることにします。
Miss Mizuno, I'll keep watch outside your door for the night.
だから水野さんは安心して寝てください。
So you try not to worry and get some sleep.
そんなしもべ様にそんなご負担は。
I couldn't accept that. I don't want to be a burden.
たった数時間、廊下に座ってるだけですよ。
It's just sitting in the hall for a few hours.
それよりもっと辛いことなら、もうすでに経験してますから。
I've experienced far worse.
平気です。
Don't worry about me.
ありがとうございます。それではしもべ様の優しさに甘えさせていただきます。
Thank you. I'll take you up in your kindness then.
どうか私を守ってください。
Please, watch over me.
私の王子様。
My prince.
いえ、何でもありません。
It's nothing.
うん。
何でも。
夜は長いな。
Night is quite long.
話し相手が欲しい時に限って、ヒメルさんもミコトルさんもいないんだから。
And of course, whenever I'd like to have someone to talk to, those two are gone.
とにかく明日の会議を終えれば、ようやく本題に戻れる。
Anyway, once tomorrow's meeting ends, I can get back to the real problem.
そもそも、こんな風に自分と無関係な事件に関わる必要なんかなかったはずだ。
There shouldn't have been any need to get caught up in this unrelated case at all.
時間はないっていうのに、私、 何をやってるんだろう。
I don't have time for this. What am I doing here?
どうか私を守ってください。
Please, watch over me.
今の私にとってそれだけがここにいる意味かもしれない。
That may be all the reason I need to be here.
正直嬉しかった。
That made me happy.
空っぽの私だけど誰かの役に立てるかもしれない。
Maybe even my hollow self can be of use to others.
もう何も失いたくない。だから明日を乗り切って私は自分自身を取り戻す。
I don't want to lose anything else. I'm going to overcome tomorrow and get myself back.
必ず。
Sure. Alright, it's 7 a.m. on January 4th. 165 remaining until the end of the world. Damn. Ray slept the whole night.
危ない危ない。寝るところだった。
Phew, close one. I was about to fall asleep. The piece of evidence, Ray's night watch, has been added to the case record. Did she really stay up all
大
night?
丈夫。全然いける。外もだんだん明るくなってきたし。
It's okay. I can stay up. Plus, the sun's starting to come up.
大変だ
Somebody!
誰か来てくれ
Help! Someone help! That's not
今
good.
の声はドモンさん？
Was that Mr. Domon?
今の声は
Who was...
あ、水野さん。
Ah, Miss Mizuno.
よかった。無事でしたか？
Thank goodness. You're safe.
私は何ともありません。
I am fine.
それよりドモンさんが何か叫んでいませんでしたか？
But was Mr. Domon just yelling something?
中庭から聞こえましたね。行ってみましょう。
It came from the garden. Let's go take a look. It's Yoichi, isn't it?
何をやってるんですか、ドモンさん？
Mr. Domon, what's the matter?
ああ探偵さん大変でさ
Mr. Detective, someone needs to help.
陽一坊ちゃんが
It's Yoichi. He...
いや陽一坊ちゃんらしきものが温室の中で倒れているみたいで
Or what appears to be Yoichi has collapsed in the greenhouse.
すぐに中に入って確認しましょう。
Let's go check.
それが開かないでさだからこうしてはしごで中を確認したんでさ
It won't open. That's why I was checking with the ladder.
そしたら中で
And I saw...
ダメです。開きません。扉がロックされているみたいです。
It won't open. The door seems to be locked.
こんなことは初めてでさ一体どうしたもんでしょう
This hasn't ever happened before. Why would it now?
こじ開けるしかなさそうですね。
We're going to have to pry it open.
ドモンさん、何か道具を。
Mr. Domon, do you have any tools that can help?
これをドアの隙間に差し込んで
If we can get this between the doors,
やってみましょう。
let's try it.
開いた。
It opened. What?
陽一さん。
Yoichi.
ああ、これで何度目だろう。
How many is this now?
震える足、カラカラに乾く喉、まるで警報のように響く耳鳴り。
Legs trembling. Throat bone dry. An alarm ringing in my head.
死体だ。
It's a dead body.
またしても私は死体を目の当たりにしている。
Once again, I lay eyes on a deceased person.
ありゃ陽一坊ちゃんなのか
Oh no, is it Yoichi?
そんなはずはねえでさ。
No, that can't.
無理もない。それは一見してくくり陽一には見えなかった。
The response was reasonable. At a glance, no one would have thought it was Yoichi Kukuri.
それは無残にも女神像の足元に散らばっていて、
Body was scattered around the foot of the goddess statue.
両腕は切断され、頭部は切り離され、
Both arms were severed, and the head had come clean off.
温室の中央に転がったそれは恨みがましい目でこちらを見つめていた。
It glared at me, lying in the middle of the greenhouse, with a look of spite.
何があった？
What happened?
これはどこからどう見ても五輪中。
Goodness, he certainly seems
医
dead.
者いらずで参りましたね。
Though you don't need a doctor to tell you that.
おい、何がどうなっているんだ。
Hey, what is going on here?
陽一さ
陽一くんの奥方が。
Yoichi's wife!
大丈夫ですよ。放っておけば治ります。
It's alright. She'll recover in time.
私が見ます。
I will see to her. Yo, that sword was pointing upwards yesterday. What the hell is happening here?
トモさん、奥さんを家まで運んでください。
Mr. Domon, please carry her to the manor. Got it.
皆さん、これ以上は現場に近づかないで。
Everyone, please get no closer to the scene of the crime.
しもべレイ君、準備はいいかい？
Rei Shimobe, are you ready?
当然、捜査をするんだろ？
You are going to investigate, correct?
ええ、
Oh, right.
今さら逃げたいって言ったって誰か許してくれる？
It's a little late to try to run from this now.
ここで投げ出せば私は全てを失ったまま灰となって消えるんだ。
If I give up now, I'll lose everything and be reduced to ash.
立ち向かうしかない。このくくり家殺人事件の犯人に。
I need to face this. I need to face the one behind the Kukuri family murders.
もちろん、私も捜査を手伝うよ。やられっぱなしは法務省の保険に関わるからね。
I will assist you, of course. Letting this go would be a slight to the ministry.
それじゃ始めようか、名探偵君。
Then let us begin, Mr. Great Detective.
うだうだと考えてる暇はない。第3回の遺産相続会議は3時間後には始まってしまう。
We have to be quick with it. The third inheritance meeting begins in just 3 hours.
犯人が不明のままでは会議の参加者は誰も遺産相続に納得しないだろう。
Nobody will be satisfied with the succession if the culprit is left on the loose.
会議が始まるまでに事件の証拠を集めて犯人を見つけ出さないと。
We have to find evidence of the one responsible before the meeting begins. Alright. Here we go. Let's check this purse here.
死体のそばに何か落ちてる。
Something is on the ground next to the body.
おや、それは陽一君のものか？
Oh? What could that be? Something of Yoichi's?
中を確かめてみよう。
Let's look inside.
キャップの壊れた口紅、割れたコンパクト、何かの飲み薬、その他化粧品類か。
Lipstick with a broken cap, a cracked compact, some medicine, and other cosmetics. You know, he doesn't really seem like the kind of person who would dress in drag. You know, unless he's hiding it really well, but no indications of any of that kind of desire. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
中身から推理すると女性もののようだが。
Judging on the content, this belonged to a woman. Nah, there's nothing to challenge about
誰
that.
のものか心当たりはないかい？
You have any idea who this belonged to? Oh, this one is worth snapping a finger
嫌
over.
な予感がする。
I've got a bad feeling about this.
これってもしかして。
This be...
殺人現場に落ちている以上、事件と無関係ということはないだろうね。
Being that it's at a murder scene, it would be difficult to assume this is unrelated.
まずは誰のものなのか特定する必要があるな。
First, we need to find out who it belonged to. Alright. Well, we solved that.
なんてひどい。両腕と首が切断されている。
This is horrible. Both his arms and his head have been severed.
両足が切断されていない分、私よりはマシか。
His legs are still intact, so I suppose it's not quite how I was, but...
バラバラしたいか。
A dismembered body.
いやでもあの事件を思い出させるね。
I can't help but think of that case.
ええ。
しかしまあ、あの件とは無関係と見ていいだろう。
Well, we can assume this is unrelated to that case.
どうしてそう言えるんですか？
How can you be so sure?
胴体が持ち去られていない。
The torso has been left behind.
あの事件では犯人は死体をバラバラにした上、なぜか胴体を持ち去った。
With that case, the culprit dismembered the body and then took the torso for some reason.
そういえば、私の場合、胴体がまだ見つかっていないんだっけ？
That's right. My torso still hasn't been found yet.
どうして胴体だけが持ち去られたんだろう？
Why was just my torso taken?
で、とりあえず私の件は置いといて、目の前の事件と向き合わなきゃ。
Anyway, I can't think about that now. I need to focus on this case.
製造さんと月次郎さんの時もそうでしたけど、今回もかなり荒っぽいですね。
It was the same with Seizo and Tsukijiro, but this one was also quite gruesome.
両腕はほとんど肩近くで切断されている。
The arms were both severed relatively close to the shoulders.
他に外傷は見当たらないな。
I can't find any other visible trauma.
バラ、両腕、他に外傷は見当たらないな。
The head, obviously.
他に外傷がないということは、
No other visible trauma means
生きたまま刃物で一刀両断？
he was dismembered alive?
断定はできないが、切断そのものが死因になった可能性は高いね。
We can't be certain, but the dismemberment very well could be the cause of death.
彼が着ている服の切断面と腕の切断面、どちらも切り口が平行している。
The cuts on his clothes and the ends of the arms are all parallel.
手っ取り早くスパッと。さほど時間をかけずに切断したと見ていいだろうね。
They appear to have been severed fairly quickly.
おや、陽一くんのズボンのポケットに何か入ってないか？
Is there something in the pocket of Yoichi's pants?
しもべレイ君、確認してくれないか？
Would you be so kind as to check for me?
え、私がですか？
Huh? Me?
やりますけど。
Fine.
何もないみたいですけど。
There doesn't seem to be anything here.
もっとよく調べてみるんだ。
Take a closer look.
あ、何か小さいものが。
Wait, there's something small.
なんだろうこれ。
What's this?
おお、カプセル状だね。しかも中身は空っぽだ。
It's a capsule pill, and it appears to be empty.
普通はこのカプセルに顆粒状の薬品が入っているものだが、
Capsules typically contain a powder drug, but
中身が抜き取られた後なのか、それともこれから何か入れるつもりだったのか。
it could have been taken out already, or it was about to be filled.
そもそもどうしてこんなものを陽一くんが持っていたのか。
Also, why would Yoichi have this to begin with?
謎だね。
Quite the mystery. piece of evidence, empty capsule, has been added to the case record. Alright. That's all for here. I guess we'll look at the statue next.
温室の中央に立つ女神像だ。勇ましく剣と盾を構えている。
It's the goddess statue in the middle of the greenhouse, armed with a sword and shield.
今まで単なるオブジェにしか見えなかったけど、
I only thought of it as a decoration up until now, but
こうして剣を片手に死体を見下ろしている姿は、女神というより悪魔みたいだ。
looking down on the body, sword in hand, it looks more like a demon than a goddess.
温室の中央に立つ女神。今までこうして
Wait, I'm trying to...
今までこうして剣を片手に死体を見下ろしている姿は、
Alright,
女神という。
I knew it.
ん？この女神像、以前と何か違う気がする。
The statue seems different than before.
この鉄製の剣、以前は垂直に構えていたはず。
This iron sword, it was being held straight up before.
今はなぜか剣を水平に下ろしている。
For some reason, it's being held horizontally.
あ、剣をよく見ると血痕が付着している。
Upon a closer look, the blade has bloodstains on it.
どうしてこんなところに。
Why would there be...
まさかこの剣が陽一さん殺害に用いられた凶器？
Could this sword have been the weapon used to kill Yoichi?
どんなにありえそうにないことでも他の可能性を排除して最後にそれが残ったのなら
If all other
それは真実。
If all other possibilities are ruled out, however unlikely, what's left is the truth.
しもべレイ君、試しにその剣を手に取れるかどうか登って確かめてくれないか。
Shimobe, climb up there and see if you can take the sword.
はい。
Okay.
私の身長でも手は届きますけど。
Even at my height, I can reach it, but
ダメです。どうやらこの像から外すことはできないみたいです。
I can't. It can't be separated from the statue.
なるほど。女神の腕と一体化しているのか。
I see. So it's attached to the goddess's arm then.
もういいよ、しもべレイ君。ありがとう。
That's all then. Thank you for trying.
これ以外に凶器があるとは思いませんけどね。
Can't see a possible murder weapon other than this, but
オブジェという割に刃物として十分鋭利に見えますし。
it does appear to be quite sharp for a mere decoration.
これよく見ると。
Looking closer at this,
垂直に振り下ろされた刃の天井側に集中して血痕が付着している。
though the sword swung down, the side facing the ceiling has bloodstains on it.
どうして天井側に？普通は逆じゃ。
Why is the edge facing the ceiling? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Alright, that's the goddess's sword. Alright. Alright, I'll be right back. Gotta use the bathroom again. Be back in like 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. Let's continue. Where else should I look? You know what? We'll check here. Check the footage.
そうだ、監視カメラ。
The security camera.
もしかしたら温室を出入りした人物が映っているかもしれません。
We may be able to see someone coming and going from that.
さすがに犯人も監視カメラの存在を知らないはずがないが。
I really doubt the culprit will be unaware of the camera, though. I mean, that is true. Unfortunately, yesterday we kind of exposed the camera trick. So, it's entirely possible they accounted for it.
一応記録を確認しておこうか。
Let's check the footage anyway.
これは昨日の16時半頃ですね。
This is yesterday at roughly 4:30 p.m.
陽一さんは身の安全を図るため温室に入っていきました。
Yoichi entered the greenhouse to protect himself.
ミキさんがそれを止めようとして騒いでいるところに偶然私も立ち会いました。
Miki tried to stop him, and I happened to cross her making a scene. Alright.
しかし16時半以降は誰も映っていないな。
There isn't anything shown after 4:30 p.m.
つまり事件が起きるまで誰も温室を出入りしていない。
So up to the time of the crime, nobody entered or left the greenhouse.
陽一くんが温室に入った。
つまり事件が起きるまで誰も温室を出入りしていない。いや、待てよ。そうとは限らないかもしれない。
Or wait, maybe not.
月次郎と同じように最高システムを使って温室を回転させれば。
If the lighting system was on and the greenhouse rotated like with Tsukijiro, then
監視カメラに映らずにこの温室を出入りすることができたかもしれない。
someone could have gotten in without showing up on the security footage.
犬神さん、このコンソールで最高システムのログって見られないんですか？
Inugami, can we see the lighting system's logs from the console?
まあ、一応画面上には最高システムのログという項目があるんだけど。
Sure, there does appear to be a lighting system log option on the screen.
ただしそれを確認するためには管理者しか知らないパスワードを入力する必要が。
But in order to check that, we would need the password only the administrator would know.
おや。
Oh?
なぜかログが確認できる状態になっているな。
For some reason, the log is accessible.
どうやら誰かがパスワードを用いて管理者モードに移行させたようだ。
It does appear that someone used the password to put it in administrator mode.
せっかくだからログを確認しておこう。
This is quite an opportunity. Let's check the logs. January 3, system start 6:40 and 6:50. Autocorrect 7:20 and 7:30. January 4th, system start 1:30 and 1:40. Autocorrect 2:10 and 2:20.
1月3日のログは月次郎さんが昨日動かしたものですね。
The log from the 3rd must be when Tsukijiro moved it.
だとすると今朝未明午前1時30分に回転させられているみたいですね。
Then it also appears to have been rotated at 1:30 last night.
なんでそんな真夜中に？
Why would it turn on in the middle of the night?
コンソールは温室内からしか操作できない。
The console can only be operated from the inside.
とすると陽一くんが何らかの目的で温室を回転させた
So it
と
would
しか
have
考えられないな。
So it would have to have been Yoichi rotating the greenhouse for some reason.
月次郎さんと同じようにこっそり温室を出ようとしたんでしょうか？
Maybe he tried to leave without anyone noticing like Tsukijiro did.
あるいは誰かを招き入れた可能性もあるんじゃないか。
Or perhaps he was letting someone in?
要するにそいつが犯人ってわけだが。
So in other words, the culprit.
昨日の様子だと陽一さんが迂闊に誰かを招き入れるとも思えません。
Based off of yesterday's events, I doubt he would let just anyone in. Yeah, he wouldn't let the maid in, that's for
かなり
sure.
警戒していましたから。
He was pretty worked up. In fact, the maid, Mizuno would not be going anywhere near him.
温室を出入りする目的以外で最高システムが使われた？
Maybe the lighting system was used for something other than entering or leaving. So, really, he wasn't going to let the wife in, that's for sure. But there are definitely a few other, but the other men, he might have let them in, depending on the circumstances.
真夜中だとすれば、本来の最高目的で使われたとも考えられない。
I can't imagine it was used for the typical lighting in the middle of the night.
この温室にはまだ何か秘密が？
Is there still some secret with the greenhouse? With piece of evidence, a lighting system log has been added to the case record. Alright. Which means the last thing to check would be here.
停電の時と最高システム稼働中はこのハンドルでドアを開ける。
Open using this handle in power outages and when the lighting system is active.
今回はそのどちらでもないのにドアがロックされていた。なぜ？
Neither of those are applicable this time, so why was the door locked then?
停電の時と最高システム稼働中はこのハンドルでドアを開ける。残念ながら。
Alright, that...
停電の時と今回は
Okay, so that's not it.
温室を覆っている頑丈な外壁。
The sturdy walls covering the greenhouse.
自動ドア以外に出入り口がないことは分かっているけど。
I know there are no exits other than the auto door, but... That's a possibility.
タバコの花が美しく咲いている。
The tobacco flowers are blossoming beautifully.
まるで死したくくり陽一に手向けられているかのように。
It's as if they are reaching out to the deceased Yoichi Kukuri.
陽一の血痕を除けば地面に痕跡は残っていない。
Outside of Yoichi's blood, there are no traces left on the ground either.
その血痕も死体がある地点にしか見ることはできない。拭き取られた形跡もない。
Even the blood is only found by the body. There's no trace of it being wiped up either.
おそらく陽一はあの場所で殺された。
Yoichi was likely killed where his body lies.
そしてそれ以外に分かることはない。
And that's about all I know. Alright, so...
土門さんの声を聞きつけて、私と水野さんがここに駆けつけたとき、
When Mizuno and I came over after hearing Dongwon,
このドアは内側からロックされていて開かなかった。
this door was locked from the inside and couldn't be opened.
それで無理やりこじ開けることになった。
So we had to pry it open.
室内には死体があるだけで、犯人の姿はなかった。
We only found the body within. Culprit was nowhere to be seen.
このドア以外に出入り口はない。
There are no exits other than this door.
これが密室というやつだろうか。
It's a sealed room. Alright, one of those.
このドア以外、これが密室というやつだろうか。
Alright. That worked.
そもそもなぜこのドアが封鎖状態にあったのか。
But why was the door sealed shut in the first place?
最高システムを動かしたから。
Would it be because the lighting system was activated?
でも最高システムは自動的に解除されて音質も元に戻るらしいし。
But the lighting system would automatically shut off and rotate the greenhouse back.
だとすれば、この自動ドアはそれとは別の理由で封鎖状態を維持していたことになる。
Then there must be another reason for the auto door staying locked.
そもそも完全な密室とは言えない。
After all, it's not a perfectly sealed room.
中からであれば手動ハンドルを回して出入りすることは可能だったはずなんだ。
From the inside, one could exit by turning the manual handle.
この温室にはまだ何か秘密がありそうだ。
There may still be some secret to the greenhouse. Alright, we did it. And that's where I want to call it.
そろそろ会議の時間が近づいてきましたね。
The time for the meeting is getting close.
もう大体の場所を調べ終わったでしょうか。
Have I checked everywhere possible?
いや、まだ仕事は終わってないよ。
No, your work is not finished yet.
東大元暮らしとはまさにこのこと。
The darkest place is truly under the candlestick.
ほら、女神像の台座を裏に回って確認してごらん。
Look, why don't you check the back of the statue's base?
台座の裏？
The back of the base?
あ！
Holy fuck.
なんですかこれ？こんなの昨日まではなかったはず。
What is this? This wasn't here yesterday.
まさに秘密の入り口といったところか。
There truly was a secret exit.
昨日私が叩いてみて回った時は台座の中にこんな空洞があるなんて気づけなかったな。
I didn't notice a hollowed area in the base when I was tapping on it yesterday.
簡単には見つけられないよう、おそらく特殊な素材で覆われている。
It's most likely covered in a special material to keep it well hidden.
ってことはよほど見られたくないものを隠しているのかな。
So there must be something they really don't want to be seen then.
ワクワクするね。はしごで地下に降りられるようだ。早速行ってみようか。
It's exciting, isn't it? The ladder seems to lead underground. Let's go look. Or maybe not call it just yet. Wait a moment.
もしかしたら犯人が中で待ち構えてるかも。
The culprit could be waiting for us in there.
だから君がまず先に降りるんだよ。
And that's why you are going first.
なんで？
What? Why?
なーに心配することはない。私の推理によれば犯人はここにはもういないよ。
Oh, there's no need to worry. If my suspicions are correct, the culprit is already gone.
本当に？
Really?
どうしよう。大丈夫かな？降りていいの？
What should I do? Would it be safe? Can I go down? You kinda have to, Ray.
迷ってても仕方ない。行ってみよう。
There's no time for second guessing. Let's go. Nice. Secret entrance. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Through the greenhouse. Secret, 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 secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Through the greenhouse. Secret, 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 secret tunnel.
何この部屋。
What is this place? And we'll find that out on the next stream. Getting late, getting kind of tired, and well, so I definitely want to call it here. So let's find somebody to raid out to. Let's go. All right, we're gonna raid out to. Gonna raid out to Nymphia. She is playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and that's what I'll leave you with. So let me get her stream queued up. That is, if this tab ever loads. Come on. Okay, seriously, what is with my browser tonight? All right, you know, I'm just gonna raid out, and I'll join after I shut the stream down. All right. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody. See you next time.